Hello and welcome back to my channel. I'm Graybush, your host, and today we will be examining the Palestinian educational system that has been created by Hamas with the help and assistance of the United Nations UNRWA. Finding a solution to the Israel-Palestinian conflict is a highly complex issue, but one of the largest obstacles is the Palestinian education system because it makes peace negotiations with an entire generation of Palestinians near impossible. In this education system, things like math, reading and writing are all secondary to ensuring that all Palestinian children are indoctrinated into Hamas's ideology. Hamas ideology is based on two principles. First is the annihilation of Israel and all of its citizens, and second is the creation of a global caliphate. So let's jump right into some videos to see this taking place with our own eyes.
January 2008. These pictures of Palestinians rushing from the Gaza Strip into Egypt have left no doubt in anyone's mind. Gaza is on the verge of collapse. With hardly any supplies entering Gaza since Hamas forcefully took control of it in June of 2007, many Gazans are losing their faith in the movement. Trying to garner popular support, Hamas is using its satellite television station to transmit video clips to drive home its key messages. The movement exhibits its military capabilities and calls on the Palestinians to stand strong against Israel. Hamas is also using tried and tested anti-Semitic propaganda. It makes no effort to hide its attempt to imitate an Egyptian TV series which depicted the protocols of the Elders of Zion.
الذهب يا أصدقائي أعظم قوة في إيدينا النهاردة. بالذهب نقدر نقتل وبالذهب نعطي فرصة للحياة.
In this clip, produced by Hamas TV, Palestinian actors are seen as religious Jews who are planning to destroy the Holy Al-Aqsa Mosque in Jerusalem. The scene doesn't only show the Jews' ill intent, but also their laziness. While one may question the effectiveness of videos like these if seen just once, one must remember Palestinian adults and children have the option of viewing this type of programming for hours on end every day of their life.
Fun story. Farfour is dead. Poor Farfour. Farfour, of course, was the Mickey Mouse-like character on Hamas TV. It's actually Al-Aqsa TV. It's run by Hamas in the Palestinian territories. He was a lovable little character. He looked a lot like Mickey Mouse, had a high-pitched voice, and he said such things as, "You and I are laying the foundations for a world led by Islamists. We will return the Islamic community to its former greatness and liberate Jerusalem. God willing, liberate Iraq, God willing, and liberate all the countries of the Muslims invaded by the murderers." And then he would pretend that he was shooting an AK-47 and throwing hand grenades. Come on, that's awesome. It's a kid's show, okay? He's like, okay, we will liberate all the Muslims' land from the invaders and the murderers, and we will do it with AK-47. Come on, how's that not comical? But really sad news. Farfour is dead. Now, you might think, oh, they canceled the show. No, that's not how they roll on Al-Aqsa TV, okay? No, he was killed during an episode. How was he killed? He was beaten to death by an Israeli who was looking to buy his land. Dude, they brought a guy out, an actor out, and beat the Mickey Mouse character to death on a children's show. Okay? And then this teen presenter comes out, and Farfour, as he's dying, calls the Israeli a terrorist. It's like, no, you terrorist! Okay? And then Sarah, this teenager, comes out and explains what happened to Farfour. And she says, Farfour was martyred while defending his land. He was killed by the killers of children. Only on Al-Aqsa TV, man.
On June 19th, the Palestinian Hamas movement agreed to suspend hostilities against Israel in return for a suspension of Israeli military action against Hamas members. Since that time, Both sides have argued that the other has failed to keep its commitments under the ceasefire agreement. This video is airing on the Hamas-run television station, appearing while children are home on summer recess. The dialogue encourages parents to, quote, teach the children that their death will bring glory and victory. In response to the scenes depicted in the video, critics argue that Hamas has left no doubt about what it seeks to teach Palestinian children or the future of the ceasefire.
As you can see with your own eyes, the message Hamas is intent on teaching to Palestinian children is clear, and it does not want them to grow up to be doctors, lawyers, teachers, musicians, artists, or even athletes. Hamas's indoctrination is focused on transforming innocent children into ruthless killers whose sole objective in life is wage jihad against the Jewish people and the Jewish state, to kill as many Jews as possible and ultimately to die in the process, becoming a martyr, after which they will go be with Allah in heaven, which Hamas preaches to Palestinian children is a far better place to be than alive and living on earth. Now, in today's society, you will hear countless people calling Jews Nazis and Israelis Nazi, and this is not by accident, but a result of a stunning propaganda machine created by Islamists and primarily funded by Iran and Qatar. It's the cool thing to do amongst both the far left and far right to attack Judaism, but just listen to this young Palestinian child speak of his admiration for Hitler and his regret that Hitler did not succeed in wiping all the Jews of the face of the earth. Now ask yourself, is Hamas ideology not strikingly similar to Nazi ideology?
They call them the Pioneers of Liberation and the Sword of Jerusalem summer camps, run by Hamas and Islamic Jihad. These videos, posted by Memory, the Middle East Media Research Institute, show what the youth of Gaza are doing this summer.
We did not come here to enjoy ourselves or to play or anything like that. We came with our souls, our blood, our martyrs, and are wounded to sacrifice ourselves for Palestine and for our people.
This promotional video urges students from primary school, high school, and college to participate. In the camp, target practice involves AK-47s, anti-tank weapons, and video simulations.
So that in the next phase, Allah willing, these boys will be able to confront the plundering enemy and disfigure its face in the next war.
In May, Hamas and Islamic Jihad called the 11-day war with Israel the Sword of Jerusalem. Their goal, preparing the next generation for the next war.
We say to the enemy, these children picked up these weapons, and we trained them how to use them, as well as how to take security measures, so that they will follow in the footsteps of their fathers and take up arms, Allah willing.
I chose to spend my vacation in the Pioneers of Liberation summer camp in order to continue the path of my father, the martyred commander Walid Shamala Abu Bilal, and in order to strengthen our determination and to liberate Jerusalem, Allah willing.
These young men and boys learn anti-Semitism at an early age.
We asked Hitler why he left some of you alive. He did so in order to show us how wicked you are. We will come to you from under the ground and hammer fear into your hearts, and above the ground we will tear your bodies apart with our rockets. Scram into the shelters, you mice, you sons of Jewish women.
Memory has been monitoring these summer camps for 10 years.
The videos and images from those camps illustrate and reflect the way Hamas is operating and deepening its control. In 10-15 years from now, the kids will be adults or parents and maybe even officials in Gaza and decision makers. So the extremism in Gaza will be even worse.
Hamas took over the Gaza Strip 13 years ago in a bloody battle with the Palestinian Authority.
So since birth, this generation has been raised only on the values of these terrorist movements. This is, of course, only deepening the crisis there, thwarting any chance for dignified, peaceful life for the kids and for all the residents of Gaza.
She feels the international community needs to speak up about these camps. While these kids are in camp, Hamas leader Ismail Haniyeh is visiting nations like Mauritania, pledging to continue the war against Israel.
Let me tell you, my brothers and sisters, the sword of Jerusalem will not be sheathed until the blessed Al-Aqsa Mosque is liberated.
Given these summer camps, it appears clear the goal is that the battle for Jerusalem will continue into the next generation. Chris Mitchell, CBN News, Jerusalem.
Are you sitting comfortably? Then we'll begin. This is children's broadcasting as produced by Hamas-run television in Gaza. But don't be fooled by the colourful scenery. Instead of songs and stories, the show serves up political ideology disguised as cuddly animals. The latest character to join the programme is Asud the rabbit, and he comes with a backstory. The young viewers are told that Asud entered Gaza from Egypt after Hamas knocked down the border wall in January. The wooden key he wears round his neck, he says, is the key of return, to reclaim Jerusalem from the Zionists.
We educate our children about loyalty, love, understanding, and hard work, nothing more. We also teach them that we have lands stolen by the criminal Zionists.
The rabbit replaces Nahul the bee, who gets his fun from tormenting cats and from throwing stones at a caged lion. The children get to watch Nahul's antics for several minutes before the show delivers the moral of the story. Don't try this at home. But Nahul didn't leave the show because of his naughty behaviour. The young viewers are told that the cuddly bee died because the Israeli siege on Gaza prevented him from reaching a hospital. The overtly political message and the use of violence has made the show controversial, but the programme makers are unapologetic about how they approach their younger audience.
We want to have children involved with the channel, and we care about their reaction to our programs. So we have live shows to make sure that the message is relayed the way we intended.
Perhaps the most famous scene from the children's show, a Mickey Mouse look-alike being beaten to death by an Israeli. It could be a case of television imitating life. After all, death and violence lurk around every corner in Gaza. But there are concerns both inside and outside Palestine about the long-term effects this will have on young minds. Jackie Rowland, Al Jazeera.
بديك الأمانة قبل ما أموت. بتمنى انك تحافظ عليها الأمانة هذه يا فرفور.
وش الأمانة هذه يا جدي اللي لازم أحافظ عليها؟
إن إحنا الأرض أيام 48. هذه الأرض يا سيدي أنا ورثتها من آبائي وأجدادي. بتمنى انك تحافظ عليها. هذه الأرض أرض جميلة كلها مزروعة بالورد بالشجر الزيتون والنخل. بتمنى انك تحافظ عليها يا فرفور.
وش اسم هذه الأرض يا جدي؟
هذه الأرض اسمها تل الربيع. أما لقيت يا خسارة اليهود سموها تل أبيب بعد ما احتلوها واخذوها يا جدي. هذه الأمانة بتمنى انك تحافظ عليها يا فرفور. وهذا المفتاح بيكون معك لما ترجع البلاد. لما ترجع البلاد بتفتح فيه يا فرفور. أنا يا فرفور.
هذا يا جدي المفتاح.
هذا المفتاح. هذه كمان وراق تثبت كمان الأرض إن يا فرفور. هذه أمانة معك يا فرفور. اوعى تفرط بالأرض يا فرفور. اوعى تفرط بالأرض يا فرفور.
يا جدي ما تخافش.
أنا يا فرفور تعبان كتير.
لا يا جدي.
حاسس حالي بدي أموت.
لا يا جدي.
حاسس حالي إني قريب من أرض الربيع.
لا يا جدي.
بتمنى يا جدي إنك تحافظ عليها.
حاضر يا جدي.
أنا يا جدي. أنا يا جدي.
لا يا جدي.
أنا يا جدي.
اقعد حبيبي فرفور، اقعد ارتاح.
بديش اقعد.
اقعد حبيبي فرفور.
يا فرفور طيب هاني بدي اقعد. احكي لي شو بدك؟
ما أمانة فرفور إنه سيدك أعطاك مفاتيح الأرض والوراق.
مين قال لك هذا الكلام؟
أنت ما إلك مين قال فرفور، لكن المطلوب فرفور.
طيب وإيش المطلوب هلقت مني؟
المطلوب فرفور إنه تعطينا أوراق الأرض.
أوراق الأرض اللي جدي اعطاني إياهم أمانة عشان أحافظ عليهم وعشان أحرر فيهم القدس، وأحرر لما تتحرر الأراضي أنا وأصدقائي نروح على أرضنا ونقعد فيها. أنت أعطيك إياها أنت؟ جدي ما قال لي أعطيك
إحنا فرفور بدنا نشتري الأرض. شري يا فرفور، بدنا نديك مصاري كتير. بدك تاخد مصاري كتير فرفور وناخد الأوراق فرفور. أوراق ولا حاجة فرفور.
لا مش إحنا اللي بنبيع أراضينا لناس إرهابيين.
فرفور
نعم.
بدك تجيب الأوراق، يعني بدك تجيب الأوراق.
مش سايب الأوراق. ومين سايب إيه؟ مين سايب الأوراق؟
فرفور
نعم مش سايب لك الأوراق.
بدك تجيب الأوراق فرفور. بدك تجيب الأوراق فرفور.
خلاص بتاعتك الأوراق.
بدك تجيبه، يعني بدك تجيبه فرفور.
مين سايبه لناس مجرمين؟ لناس أنتال، لناس إرهابية.
إحنا أندال، إحنا إرهابية فرفور. خد 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 جيب لي أوراق لك فرفور.
نعم أحبابنا الأطفال، لقد فقدنا أعز صديق لنا، فرفور. لقد استشهد فرفور وهو يدافع عن أرضه، يدافع عن أرض آبائه وأجداده. استشهد على أيدي المجرمين القتلة، قتلت الأطفال الأبرياء، وقتلت إيمان حجة، قتلت محمد الدرة وغيرهم.
As you can see, any hope of making peace between Israel and the Palestinian people is highly unlikely because Hamas has created a system for indoctrinating its children to become vessels for war and hate and death. This is what makes Hamas so evil, because it not only victimizes Jewish people and Israelis, but it also victimizes its own children. This is a crime against humanity and should be a primary concern for anyone who desires peace in the Middle East. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed the content, please don't forget to like and subscribe so that I can continue to create content like this. Have a great day, and please share this video with friends and family.